Good evening, everybody. It's amazing to be here again today. Another edition of School of Relationship and Marital Success. By the grace of God, today we'll be looking at, can I love two people at the same time? Is it possible for me to love two people at the same time? That's what we're looking at. Now, first off, I would like to, maybe for some of us it might be a reminder, for some of us it might be an information. I would like to let us know that when we say love, excuse me, some people believe that, in fact, a lot of people believe that that word is the most confusing word in the dictionary, the most confusing word ever known. Why? Somebody can say, I love chicken. Someone else can say, I love to write. Someone else can say, I love so and so person. So you can see that in these three examples that I just gave, it is the same word love, but it is used with respect to, first, with respect to a food, the second one with respect to an activity, and the third one with respect to a person. And really, unlike most of the words, other different words, could fit into this use. So basically, the word love seems to be multifaceted in its use, and it is important that um, we bring that into our discussion so that we do not answer this question in isolation. What do I mean? When I say that, can I love two people at the same time? We're talking about love in the context of romantic attraction, bearing in mind that there are different kinds of love. All right, there are different kinds of love. There is storge love, that is family love, the love that you have for your biological brother or sister, the love that you have for your daughter as a mother, the love that you have for your mother as a son or a daughter, as the case may be. So that is a kind of love, the love that exists within the family. There is eros kind of love. That is the romantic kind of love, the love that has to do with an attraction, a romantic attraction. Okay, there is the agape kind of love. That is the love that exists in the Christian body. You know, the love that a Christian brother has towards another Christian brother, or the love that a Christian brother has towards a Christian sister, that is not particular, it is general. The love that is total, is not self-seeking, is not particular. Okay, that is the agape kind of love, the love that is not um, looking for what to take but what to give. That is the agape kind of love. There is philia, that is the friendship kind of love, the love for your friends. You know, there is a kind of love that exists between friends, that is philia. There is pragma, that is understanding love, the love that makes you to understand people or bear with them. Okay, I'm making us see that there are actually different kinds of love. There is philantia or philantia, that is self love, the love you have for yourself. It is a type of love as well. There is ludus, that's the playful love, the love that involves you playing with the person you love. You know, there are people who their definition of play is deep, and for some people it is just interaction. So all of this is just to show us that when I say that, can I love two people at the same time, I'm talking about so much put together. But we're going to concentrate on the eros. Can I have romantic attraction or romantic feelings for two people at the same time? Okay, the answer is actually yes, it is possible. But do not forget that um, all of these kinds of love are essential for a successful marriage. They are also essential for a successful courtship. So, if all that you feel towards a person is a romantic attraction, then you might want to pause and double check. You might want to look at it critically and ask yourself, is this all that there is to marriage, which is the picture in view, which is the goal ahead? Is this all that there is? So, if all that you feel towards a person is the romantic feeling, do not forget that it is important that you feel something romantic for the person you intend to spend the rest of your life with. But there has to be more. Yes, there has to be more. There has to be the friendship, and that's very important. The truth is, you won't feel romantic every single day as a married person. I can say that, I can tell you that for free. As a married woman or man, you won't feel gish gish, all the time. But you will be friends. If you started off as friends, then it will be easy for you to maintain friendship even when you don't feel romantic. Okay? So if you feel like you're having sexual attraction or romantic attraction or a particular attraction towards two people at the same time, is it possible? It is possible. As a matter of fact, it is called the feeling is called being polyamorous. If you feel romantic attraction towards two people at the same time, it is called being polyamorous. Okay, so having said that, you won't be romantically attracted to your partner every single day of your marriage. It is important that you decide to develop this other kinds of love towards the person. The storge love, which is family love, love for you're gonna become members of the same family. That's the meaning, because for any family to start, you need a man and a woman to come together. So it is important that you know that um, you're working with a goal. You're working with um, something that has a futuristic implication, and so it is not just for the now. So if you have romantic feeling towards two people at the same time, it doesn't make you a bad person. No, it doesn't make you a bad person. But you must understand that it means that as a child of God, God is never an author of confusion. So you need to go back to God, you know, and be certain as to what is leading you to do. The Bible says in Romans chapter 8 and verse 14, he said, as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. So when you as a child of God sense that you're not certain about what line or what direction to follow, the Bible says in the book of Isaiah that you will hear a voice behind you. This is the way, walk ye in it when you turn to the right and to the left. So God will not leave you unclear. He will always direct and lead. But there are times that God is leading and you're not hearing him because you're not sensitive, you're distracted, you're wise in your own eyes, and several other reasons. So when it looks like several things are looking like it, then you need to be clear. And to be clear, you retreat and then pray. First off, if you feel that you're having romantic attraction towards more than one person at the same time, the first thing I always advise is to give it time. Love and lust, L-U-S-T, might look alike initially, but lust is something that cannot wait. It is just okay for teenagers. It is called crush. It is a feeling that will soon go. It comes quickly and goes quickly. Excuse me. So all that you have to do is to give it time. Once you do not rush into anything, you won't regret. I was telling someone recently that if you follow lust, L-U-S-T, then you will be lost, L-O-S-T. So when you sense that you're having physical attractions towards a brother or a sister around you, all you need to do is to give it some time. try and intentionally create some space between you and the person. If you've been calling the person, do not call for some time. If the person has been calling you, you might pick so that person does not get offended, because the person will understand what it is that you are trying to be clear about. But you might reduce frequency of talking and all of that, because sometimes too, when we um, are close physically to people, we do not allow the clarity of what we should be getting. So when you take time out to talk to someone you trust, that's very important. That is why you cannot afford to be a loner. In life, God has created us like, I think I read that in a book some time ago, that God has created us as one-winged creatures. Imagine a bird that has a wing, another bird that has a wing. So if they embrace each other, they are they would both now have a pair of wings, and then they can fly. That's how God created us. So God has not created us to exist in isolation. He has created us, He has put something that each of us needs in another person, and put something someone else needs in us. So your expression might not necessarily be what you need, but it will be what someone else needs. So when you're challenged, troubled, disturbed, not clear, it is true that God will send you help, but the help sometimes comes through people. So do not hesitate to open up to people that you trust, and that's why you must build support system around you. As a single person, even as a married person, you should not live in isolation. So when you notice such a thing as this, having this kind of feeling towards more than, even if it is towards just one person, it is important that you don't just think, okay, so this is it and this is no. Fine. Um, when you're clear, you should seek. The Bible says, in the mouth of two or three witnesses, the truth is established. So you should seek counsel, you should seek confirmation, you should seek communal prayers. Very important. So when you discover that you're having a feeling towards more than one person, speak to someone you can trust, number one. Number two, pray. And I always say that if you have not found a way by which God talks to you daily, in your personal relationship with Him, do not expect that when it now comes to marriage, He will suddenly start to talk to you. No. Just what God is our Father, and He has also shown us in His Word and in our lives that He does not leave us, unattended to. The Bible says in the book of John that He said, "When I leave, I will send you a comforter, the Comforter." And so, do not think that you live your life anyhow until you get to the point of marriage. No, our lives we are spiritual beings. We're spiritual beings trying to live in a physical life, trying to live a physical life here on earth. So you must build a daily communion with your Father. If you really treasure relationship with anyone, you want to hear the person talk to you, and you want to talk to the person. That's the way it is with God. If God is so important to you, then you want to talk to God and you want God to talk to you. So build a personal relationship with God first. Do not wait until you want to get married, or you want to start a relationship, or you don't want to miss it maritally. Marriage is core. It's important, and you don't want to have to spend the rest of your life in misery. And so you want to get it right, and then you start running from pillar to post. No, it is from when you say, okay, Jesus, I accept you, come into my life, that you build a daily relationship with God. You start to speak to God and allow Him to speak to you. The first way God talks to you is through His Word. So you start to build that. So when it now comes to marriage, it will come, just like all those other things that God has been talking to you about. Okay, it won't be that you're now just seeking how to hear from Him. So when you now pray, you already know how God talks to you. He could just talk in other ways, but the confidence will be there, and the understanding will also be there. So when you feel that you're having romantic feelings towards more than one person, the first thing to do is to talk to someone you trust. The second thing to do is to pray. Very important. The third thing to do is to abstain or give it time. Relate naturally, relate generally with such person. Do not do anything particular, so that if it is lost, it will just go as quickly as it came, and then you will save yourself whatever unpleasant experience or waste of time, money, emotions, resources, you name it, but you might have put yourself through. So then, when you see that you've given it time, you've prayed, you're clear, and then you can be sure that you will be certain as to what steps to take. So, can I love two people at the same time? Yes. It could be eros, it could be filial, it could be storge, it could be philanthropy, it could be any of this, or even those that I've mentioned earlier. So that's one. Two, can I be in love with two people? Can I love two people at the same time? Yes, even romantically, because sometimes it might not be um, love, it might be lost. Third, can I love two people at the same time? Yes, it might just mean that you need to be clear, give it time, and then watch as it spans out, revealing the actual will of God for you. Permit me to point out here as well that God never leads us contrary to his word. So whatever means by which God is talking to you, by which God is leading you, by which you get clarity, ensure that the word of God confirms it and not that it negates it. Until I see you on another edition of School of Relationship and Marital Success, keep enjoying the love of God and keep sharing the love of God to others. Bye.